I think I'm just extremely excited about expertise that other people have. It's just, to me, I mean, sort of I have certain precision with language, but for example, I can't imagine too many worlds. I imagine sort of my own worlds, but when you meet someone who can draw many more worlds, it becomes something else. The work becomes much richer, and in a way, it stops being your own. And I think it's also connected to the way I perceive history of art generally. I think of it as something that belongs personally to me in a way, and something that belongs personally to like every artist that chooses to be an artist. So, and if we think in that way, if we think in that manner, then everything that's been done has been done by you, and you have no choice but to make the next step and not to repeat anyone else. And then I think a very important thing is maybe to look at how we worked with Superhero Sighting Society, because I've worked with Sabi, and it was a very interesting experience because he brought his own expertise and his own vision, his own understanding of, like, his own expanded understanding of what a superhero is. And this is how we built the Superhero Summit, which took place at Pompidou. It was kind of much larger notions of micro, macro worlds. And also working with Jessica Saxby, it was really interesting because initially we researched and we found very tiny heroes around the world. My favorite one is Carryo Pram Ranger from Japan, who is this hero that wears a ranger costume and helps people to bring their prams at a particular metro stop in Tokyo up the stairs because there's no escalator or there's no lift. But the story that we've written with Jessica was that was from a perspective of a costume shop rental owner in Tokyo. So yet another perspective, yet further down. And for example, he was writing that he sourced this costume and he thought nobody would ever want it, but then somebody bought it and he thought that, oh, he's probably going to rob a bank, was getting ready to identify him for police. So there was a big projection, and then he saw this guy and decided to write a report to Superhero Sighting Society. So it's also kind of, it's a play on assumptions, it's a play on very kind of small decisions by people close to the ground that actually change their reality. And I think that's what art has always been for me. It's this sort of like, it's this attempt, it's this stepping over fear in an attempt to show something else, to create another world, to show another voice. And I know I'm saying like very pompous big words, but I think it's also evident with Superhero Sighting Society because it's a landscape. We tried, and what we did is we built a landscape. We built, we built another vision of the sort of earth we live on through these tiny figures. And this is why the mountains, and this is why that were built by Super Taus, and this is why unclimbed mountains, which mountaineers refer to as the last greatest problems, and they're scaled down so you can climb them. You can actually put your hand on them in the exhibition and you're there, you're on the top. So it's all manageable possible if you make that step.